What's going on? What's going on? We're in the garden. This is the garden. This is actually the balcony. So I'm trying to make it as outdoorsy as possible. We've got some trees in the background. Obviously a bit of tarmac. Who cares? Today we're talking about what I took with me on the coast to coast. I'm going to quickly run through the kit that I took on the trip, just to give you an idea of the lightweight stuff that I used and what I carried on my back for the 9 days that I was out there. This was the rucksack that I took. It's the Talon 44 litre Osprey. This was an amazing bit of kit, really comfortable bag, and I'll show you a few of the things and lay it all out in a second. But basically in here I had the Rab windbreaker. This was really good. Just went under this jacket, which I took with me as well. I had a Therm-a-rest Xlite, I think it's called, or Xlite. One of those. I'll put links on everything below the video. That was a really good sit map, and then had a couple of the smart water bottles on either side, and then my waterproof trousers just in here because they were like super accessible. These were the Berghaus ones. And then so here, this is the rucksack here, and then a couple more things in the sides. Obviously, long spoon in there for getting into those freeze-dried meals, and a bit of a towel in the side just for wiping down condensation off the tent, and also just for anything else, mopping up bits and pieces, and obviously having a shower when I could find one, and then a buff as well, just really versatile. Well, acted as like a thing to put on my head when it was quite warm sometimes, or even if it was raining, and yeah, there are various uses for that. This was really good. So yeah, nothing was sort of hanging off there. It was all kind of self-contained, and there were the bits that I could just easily access. Just looking into the brain section, I had like a medical kit, so I took that in a separate bag just to kind of reduce the weight, and it just had things like, got some spare matches in there, but also some painkillers in there and just some bandages, and I used this quite a lot. So I tried using the bandages with knees and stuff. I took an ankle brace with me as well, not in here. That was also really useful. And yeah, just constantly going into that was useful. On the outside, just because it was easy access, so that was why it was in here. I had the Quechua cover for the Osprey as well. Obviously this isn't waterproof. I've got a lot of dry bags in here, which you'll see in a moment. However, yeah, this was needed a couple of times because it did rain, so this was really useful. Then easy access again was my rain jacket. This wasn't great. The trousers were really good, the Berghaus trousers. Again, I'll put links to everything below this video. This wasn't so good. It let in rain quite a bit, but it was a kind of shield, and actually on day one the zip just broke, so it has let me down a little bit, but better than nothing. And then my water filter system, which is the Sawyer Mini Squeeze. It's the one most people have, but it was really, I used it a few times. It was really good, and again, easy access just in there, so I can, if I ran out of water, I could just access it. And easy access again. This was a lifesaver. I've still got a load left, but yeah, just really good for blisters. Yeah, and putting on the, let's do it now. Really good for just putting on lips and stuff, and yeah, that was awesome. So that's all the stuff that was kind of easily accessible. And then let me just lay everything out. Right, so here is everything laid out. Effectively, yeah, this was the Rab Neutrino XL version. Down sleeping bag. Amazing sleeping bag. And as you can see, it scrunches down into nothing. And it was super light, I think about 850 grams. So I was able to take that into a nice compact, light format. So it fit in my rucksack easily. Next up was my water filter, which I've mentioned, which was the Sawyer Squeeze Mini. That was really good. Walking poles. If you've watched my video, one of these actually bent, so it's quite hard to get it back in. I think these are just Quechua standard ones. I found they're all kind of a similar weight, so these worked out really well. As mentioned, this just went over my Osprey when it rained, and this was really good. It does a range of sizes, so fit nicely over. Mentioned these water bottles. Took a separate bag for clothing, so had my merino wool sleeping stuff in here so it wouldn't get wet. in a sandwich bag, and then yeah, just sort of leggings and that kind of stuff which I wore during the day. These socks are Bridgedale ones. These are wicked. I had 2 pair of these and I just rotated them, and had a 3rd pair just for sleeping in. But yeah, 2 main hiking pairs. Medical kit as mentioned. The Rab. So this was the Rab windbreaker. So again, it kept packed down really light, but was it was really good. Therm-a-rest, and this is the Neoair Xlite. You will have seen this before, and you'll have noticed a lot of my kit has actually changed since the first video that I put together, and I'll post the link for that above. But this is the Xlite extra long version. Now this did get a puncture, and that's not a deal breaker, but packs down nice and light. It's small. However, it did cause me issues, so I think once I repair it, I need to get around to doing it, then I'm sure it'll be fine, it'll work for years and years, but yeah, that kind of annoyed me a little bit. So this is kind of my sort of electronics / toiletries bag, called a ditty bag, I believe, in American. So it had all of my toiletries really, so sanitiser, I've got ibuprofen, don't know why it's in there, but that was just a gel, that worked quite well, just a gel rub when I got sore muscles. Just mini stuff, so mini shower gel, bit of sun cream, toothbrush, sun cream, which I did actually need. Earplugs, invaluable. Can you even see them? There you go. Toothpaste. So then I had a food bag. This was obviously more full, but it has things like coffees in there, teas. Look at that, paying homage to the Northerners. There you go. And yeah, just a nice bit of food. So I use these seeds as something to eat. They're really tasty. Took about 3 of those and stopped in pubs and stuff, so didn't need all of them. My tent was the Hubba NX one-man tent. The reason I didn't go for the Lanshan, which a lot of people do on this trip, was mainly because I can't fit in it. So I'm a tall guy, so this works well. So here are the poles. I took them separately. I took it in a separate bag to the one that it comes in. I put it in this compression sack because the bag was larger. Sorry, the bag was heavier, so I put it in this one. So yeah, tent in there. So this has the fly and the outer. Sorry, the fly and the inner tent in it. But I did separate them out on the trip. I had a separate bag, and just in case when the other one got wet, the outer, I put it in a separate bag so it would keep dry, separate from my other things. Then going back to this one, so more things in here were electrical things. So I had my Rab. This was so good, and this charges my phone up a couple of times over, and yeah, had no issues with that. It was really good. Torch. I've got a separate video for this as well. If you want to see my review of it, again, I'll post it up here somewhere so you can see that one. And just various cables, like charging cables and stuff. So that went in there. Then one more thing in here was my Trekology pillow. Again, it packs down nice and small. I just put it in there to keep it all together and to keep it dry. I've had a number of pillows, but this was really good. Worked really well. Got my cook kit, so you've seen it in other videos, but I've got a stand for it now. I've got a Sea to Summit mug in there, and then the Tokes 550ml cook pot and a BRS stove, and again it's super lightweight stuff. My spoon, as mentioned, I've mentioned all these things. Buff, towel, and the sit mat, really good. And then finally the Osprey pack. So yeah, it didn't let me down at all. It was really good. So gonna lie down. So yeah, all of that stuff packed together weighed about 10.5 kilos, something like that, with food in it. So that was, and water. So that was pretty good. I think without that stuff it's about 8.5 kilos. So I was pretty pleased by the weight of all the things. Obviously my kit's changed massively since I started on this, and you'll have seen another video when I was starting out, and so I had to obviously get a lot of things for this. For example, I didn't pay a huge amount for the Hubba NX 10. It was expensive, but I didn't pay full price. I found bargains and stuff online. so I'd recommend you do that as well. I've got another video where just before I went on the trip, I laid everything out on my table, so in terms of actually how it looked before, because obviously I've eaten a few things and a few things have gone missing along the way. So yeah, you'll love to see all the kit now in a video just on my table, which I took quickly before I went on the trip. So you can see it all laid out, so there'll be a couple more things there, but you'll be able to see them. But again, any questions, just let me know on the comments below. Please hit subscribe if you like this video. Please hit the thumbs up, it really helps to push the channel out there. And thanks so much. I need to mention that I've reached over 100 subscribers now, so yeah, thanks to everyone who's subscribed. I've been really surprised, and thanks for all the positive comments about the video. So yeah, cheers guys, I'll see you on the next one. The plan is to post at least one video a week, so yeah, let's do this, and yeah, thanks again for the support. Cheers.
My pen and paper cause a chain reaction to get your brain relaxing. A zaniac, the maniac in action, a brainiac in fact, son. You mainly lack attraction. You look insanely whack when just a fraction of my tracks run.